All right, so this is my Jura Impressa XS90, my coffee machine. You fill this tank with water, fill this with beans, and this is called a semi-automatic coffee maker. The tray missing. Oh, it says tray missing. Now, there is a switch right behind those contacts. Those contacts right there. And this tray plugs into it. These pins right here plug into it. I've cleaned these pins and done everything I can to make them have better contact, but they don't seem to work. And you can hear the little switch. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's a switch behind there that's just kind of like a relay. It's a switch. So I'm going to take it apart and see if I can replace that little switch there, because even after the water's filled and everything's good and it's ready to go, it'll still say tray missing even with the tray in. So I'm thinking that that switch is bad, but I've sent this thing in to Jura. You can see I got two different tags there. It's been sent to Jura twice, and each time it's like 300 bucks to have it done. So I have the tool. There's a special tool to take it apart. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it apart and see if I can get this damn thing, that switch at least replaced. If not, bypass it somehow. See if I can use this thing. This is like a $3,700 machine. Does basically everything. Makes some awesome coffee. But let's see what I can do here. All right, so I got water in it now. I got half a tank here. Heating up. All right, it's done heating up. So now it says press rinse. Okay, so now I got a pitcher in here. Press rinse. This thing hasn't ran in probably 2 years. Definitely warming up. All right, now it's not going to say tray missing. Now it says select product. Now this is what it's supposed to do. So I guess I could put some beans in here and see what it does. All right, so let's select product and see what we can do here. I'm going to make a double shot. It's already heating up the cup warmer up here. Wow, that looks good. Select product. Tell me this thing's gonna work now. The coffee looks good. See, that's what I mean about this machine. It's an expensive machine, but it's just like Starbucks coffee, man. It's got the big crema on top. It's really good coffee. So now, if I were to open the tray missing, and since I just used the machine, it's got, this is what it does. It lets excess come through here, and it gets into that tray there. And then the coffee grounds that was just used, they were packed, and it just spit them out of the maker and put it into this tray here. All right, so put this back in there and see if I'm still saying it's working. Well, I don't think the switch is bad. I think maybe it might have got wet, because it does put off a lot of steam. So I think I'll take it apart and take a look, see if it's still steaming. All right, this is a Jura specific tool. I'm just now noticing was talking about this possibly leaking from steam, and I'm seeing water right here. I may have just figured out the problem. Anyway, this is a Jura specific tool. Can't use power pliers or anything to get this damn thing off. You got to use this specific tool. You can order this tool off Amazon. You just type in Jura. It looks like it's oval shaped. Anyway, 2 screws there. The back comes off. You can tell it's been leaking before because it's pretty corroded. And you can see it's leaked quite a bit. And just since it's been on, it's already hot and leaking a little bit, so I'll clean it up a little bit. See the front here takes a Torx T15 here. It should. So I got all the screws out. Might as well use this magnet. Part to hold this down. Yep. There goes all the beans. That's unplugged. Alright, got the 2 screws out. This little clip holds in this little switch here for this motor. I have to remember how that goes. Good thing I got a video running. Alright. See, it goes right back here. Okay, so I purposely got this thing on. Probably not the best thing to do due to the fact it's got electric running through it, so if you short something out you could well, get shocked, burn it up, etc. But I'm a professional. But anyway, so now I have to take this hose out. So it's got these little clips. You take this little clip out without touching anything electrical, and I should be able to pull the hose. Like a game of operation. Alright, so there's the fitting out. It's like a little ferrule. It's in there pretty good, so it shouldn't fall out. Alright. There's another hose stopping me. That one just slides off. This goes to the frother. So that one's loose. Alright, I'm able to open it up a little bit more. Bring this through here. Alright, got that out of the way. This one here needs to be undone too. It's got a double coupler up here. Okay, that hose is out. Just leave that where it's at. Alright. Here, this one loose. This is a plastic cover that you can take off, and you can see that this is what holds that hose in, that ferrule. So there's no clip on there. It's just one cover that holds this hose in. I'll put it right back, and this one here. So now I'm able to open the door. Got to take this one off here, and I should be able to get the door all the way open. This one looks like I'm gonna have to cut this wire tie off. All right, we got it open. We can see that it's very messy inside. This hose here, okay, I was just getting ready to say we're missing a hose, but no, that's this hose here. So now I got to figure out if something's leaking. So now I guess I'm gonna hook it all back up and see why it keeps shooting so much steam out. I think that's just really the way it's supposed to work, but it shouldn't have so much excess in here. That must be the heater. It's hotter than the mother. Yep, I bet that's the heater, because the heat's coming right up. It heats up the cup warmer there. All right, I vacuumed out the grinder here and used the air compressor to clean most of everything else out. I'm gonna let it dry out a little bit. Kill the power to it for a while. Maybe wipe and clean it out a little bit. Let it dry up and take another look at it when I turn it back on. Just see, hook up the hoses and try and see where that steam's coming from. Look at all the carnage from taking that damn thing apart. Okay, I've let it sit for a couple days now. I used the air compressor and blew out all of the stuff I could blow out. I'll probably clean it out a little bit more later on, but and then I used a vacuum cleaner to get it all out of the grinder, all the beans out of the grinder and stuff. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna hook up all the hoses. I'm gonna leave the panels off, hook up all the hoses and everything and put it back together to where I can make some coffee with it and just see where I can find some leaks, because I do believe there's some steam leaking back here in the back, and that's what's causing the issue. Okay, here we go. I got it all set up here. Still not completely put back together, but I have everything sitting plugged in, unhooked, unscrewed together, let's put it that way. Still quite a bit of screws and stuff not put back in there. So we'll see what we got. Yeah, set the time. I got it heating up right now, so let's see what we get. Okay, press and rinse. Got water running through the tubes here. There's the rinse. Fresh water right there. Lots of the steam is supposed to come up through there because it's supposed to heat the cups. See, this is the heater, and it is boiling. I wonder if that's just water that's fell on it and it's boiling it. This water's still running. Water dripping off the electrical wires here. Quite a bit of steam coming up for some reason. I don't think there should be that much. Good and hot. All right, so since I found the leak, it's that elbow right there. So this elbow I'm going to take out, take a look at it, see what the story is with it, but it's the same type of mount for those elbows, or for the hoses. It's got a little clip there. So once I get a hold of that clip, there's so much corrosion on it, it's not going to come out easily. Keep rocking it and get it out of there. Yep, there we go. Right, just popped it off. Quite a bit of corrosion. I have to clean it up really good. But in the meantime, get this thing out of here. Alright. Wonder if it's that O-ring that's bad in there. If that's the case, I could just replace that. I have O-rings. Try that first. Try to replace those O-rings. Check this for cracks. side. So I'm assuming it's this O-ring right here. So I'll clean this up, take a look at it, make sure it's still good, and I'll go ahead and replace this O-ring here. And this ferrule here looks really good compared to this one, which is really corroded. So I think that's what the issue was. I think the issue is an O-ring. I'm going to use some simple green. I don't want to use anything too harsh on this. First thing I want to use on everything is brake clean, because it's effective. Alright, so I got most of the corrosion off. It looks a lot better than it did, or the end that goes in there. But I want to see if I have any O-rings that come close to that size. I got standard and metric here. I'll figure out which ones work the best. Alright, so that's the fitting I'm going to clean up. And I've kind of went along it, kind of scraped it a little bit. That's about all I could get off there, so I'm going to use this wire wheel here, little brass wire wheel. All right, so it's been a week, and I've ordered the parts, and they just came in. So for $20, I got 8 O-rings and a few more of those clips, and some gel, basically lube. So what I'm doing here is, these are the 2 fittings that the elbow goes to that was leaking. And this one here, I just finished cleaning it up with red Scotch-Brite and a pair of tweezers, so that way I don't have to take this whole warmer out, because I don't really see a reason to pull it out of there if I can reach in there and clean that fitting, which it looks pretty good now. I'll clean it a little bit more. Okay, so I got the elbow back in. Got the clip in down there. Got the clip in up here. Right there. So it's in, lubed up, new O-rings. Now I'm gonna fire it up and see how she does. So it's heating up right now. So if it's gonna leak, there's gonna be steam coming out of this elbow again. So I'm gonna let this heat up. As it's heating up, I'm seeing water moving through this tube here. Press rinse. Tray missing again. Oh yeah. It's because this door is not all the way on. Error 8. I'm hearing steam. Can see a little bit of steam. The whole heater's getting warm, like it should. I guess I'm gonna have to put this thing back together in order to get this door to close completely, so that way I don't have an error code. heating up again. This time I just screwed in this sensor and screwed the cover on a little bit so it holds it solid. You can hear steam coming. Don't know where it's coming from though. I believe it is coming from that elbow again. Gets a little warm. Yeah, that water's hot. All right. Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh wow, it's really spraying water out now. What's it coming from? Whoa, it looks like the elbow is bad. Oh, it's spraying it all the way out here on the car. I think the elbow is bad. So much for the O-rings. Spraying right out the bottom of the O-ring there, or the bottom of the elbow. Well, it looks like the elbow's cracked. All right, I guess I'll replace the elbow now. Okay, so once this thing cooled back down, I went ahead and took it back off. The O-rings look fine. I didn't pinch an O-ring or anything when I put it back on. That's what I was worried about. But what I did do was covered the sides and the hole, and then I blew in this end and held this end tight, and water appeared, and I could hear it coming out right there in the crook of that elbow where it's wet in the center. That's where it's leaking. So I gotta buy one of these now. Now they're 15 bucks for the part, another 8 bucks I think for shipping, to get 2 more O-rings and another elbow. Good thing is Jura sells this for the XS90. So, all right, here we go, another week. All right, so back to the coffee machine today. Just got this in the mail. Replace this elbow. All right, this elbow is gonna connect these two. Already got the O-rings on. Put a little bit of lube here on them. Never have too much lube. All right. New elbow. New clips. This is an old clip, I think. That one's a little tighter. Popped in place. Another new clip. New clips seem a little tighter than the old ones, so I want to make sure I use new ones. I got them, why not? No? Very tight. All right, we're heating up. All right, so press rinse. All right, now is when it would be leaking. Not a drop. It's nice and hot too, so it's definitely got hot water running through it. Not a drop of water. So now I'll get this thing put back together and make some coffee. All right, we're all back together. We're heating up right now. And now we're wanting to rinse. Fill beans. So we're all set up. We're all ready to go. Now I gotta go get some beans and start using this thing. It's not leaking anymore. Can't hear anything leaking there. Before I could hear steam coming through there. Got her fixed. Total of $40 is what it cost me. If I'd have done it right the first time, it would only cost me $20. But hey, $40 for nearly a $4,000 machine to be back in service, not too shabby. Starbucks wants $6-7 a cup of coffee. No problem. I'll just use my Starbucks machine. The Jura XS90.